he said in a video which he was talking about this because he's for it. I think he's from Canada, and what he said, not word for word maybe, but he said something along the lines of, "Hey, I can get millions of dollars of treatment for thousands of dollars. I think that's a pretty good deal." I'm going to go on a whim and say he was being a little sarcastic with the millions, because that I can't think of a time. I think that would make headlines. Somebody gets millions and millions of dollars in hospital bills. I think more so, let's just top it off at 100,000, and you got it for 1,000. Leave it there. And then this other example was a lady from Facebook. The example she used to me was, "Hey, I got, had so many kids she had in and out of the hospital, this surgery, that surgery, procedures, and all this stuff. And she said, and I paid out of pocket a total of $34. I need you all, people who use this example, I need you to understand something. Because it seems like you're just totally over skipping it. And I don't know, maybe you think it's magic and it's just whatever, or you're one of those people who think, oh, we just print money and it never loses value. And I don't know. I don't know, but I just know you keep skipping over the fact that you're taking big portions of money because that procedure, those supplies, that space, everything, everything is that is a big sum of money there, and it's all being condensed and reduced to whatever it is you pay. So let's think about that. Let's take the first one. I get $100,000 worth of care for 1,000. But where did the rest go? It just disappeared? How do you think that goes for any economy? For $99,000 to literally just vanish, right? Now it came from, which people are proud to say, "Oh, we just took it from the rich." Okay, this is slightly another subject, but it's intertwined. For you to think or have the idea of, oh, because they have lots more money than me, it's okay to just intercept their cash, their income, and just take it. As long as it's for something that's for good, it's okay to just steal from somebody and do that. Because remember, it's forced. Somebody wants to volunteer, it's different. But when somebody is forced to give it away, that's stealing. At least in my opinion. Maybe you see stealing differently. But again, you're taking a large sum of money and then just immediately turn it into a small sum. That never works. That can't work. That can't be sustainable. And again, by the way, there are less than 3,000 billionaires in America. I think in like on the globe period, but let's just forsake just say America, because to give you the even higher number, there are over 300 million people. You want them to pay for all of them? Again, at what point do you think they're going to run out? I don't care what business practice they have. At some point, they're not going to have any more left. And we're just talking about healthcare here. And let's jump to this next one. I keep hearing this time and time again. And it's bugging me that you all don't take the time to even like maybe use a search engine. I don't care if you use Bing, but use something, and a calculator maybe. Admittedly, I lazily looked up the average cost of healthcare per individual annually in the United States. It was $11,000 or some change. Now I clicked the first link, so if you want to go back and no, it doesn't. But again, it really doesn't matter, because if you say it's more expensive, well, then you have even bigger problem on your hands, and which would further make my point that I'm going to make. Or you can say it's cheaper, in which again, it would just say, well, why aren't people taking it into themselves, managing their money correctly, prioritizing their health, and doing it on their own? So it, let's just take my number and say I got the right number, and it said something 11,000 and some change again. So let's just round it up to 12,000, right? Obviously, 12,000, over 12 months, $1,000 a month. Shit. Okay. Well, damn it, and I didn't go over the example. Look, people who say you just only have to add a couple dollars to your taxes, no, that is horrifically false. Because if you look at the other countries that y'all love to use examples of, they have like a damn near 50% tax rate. I hate the 22 that I have right now, so 50, definitely not. And let's go over this, right? So $1,000 a month. Let's say you go ahead and do what you all want to do, and just push that, right? Push a decent amount of that right to the rich people. How much do you realistically think less than 3,000 people can cover, right? So let's say out of 1,000, you push 200 off, or let's go half. Let's go all the way down to a half. So $500 a month, you've given somebody else half of your expenses because you're entitled to it. So 500 divided by 4, now you got 125. I'm glad I got that live correctly. So is that a couple dollars of your tax buddy added to your taxes? No. You're still paying 125 a week. How does that's almost what I pay per month with my private insurance. Here's another thing. Here's this idea that people bring up is, oh, the insurance company is a big reason why, healthcare is so high anyway. It's partially true. But I remember this guy was talking about this. He said for him and his daughter, his health insurance was almost $700 a month. Here's what I'm willing to bet, and I wish I could have asked him this question. I'm pretty sure because he was wanting to be dad of the year, he didn't think to go, let me get lesser or cheaper insurance. It was, I have to have top-notch, top-flight insurance for my daughter. Which is, no, you don't. No, you don't. You just, again, first of all, people, stop having kids so you can pay for this stuff, for one. Two, you take care of your finances. You only need health insurance for like the really big bills. When I was going over my plan with the insurance guy, all the crap that comes in that is just, people want so much. Of course it's going to cost so much. Of course it's going, if you want prescriptions, co-pays, checkups, you literally want everything in your insurance. You really think they want to give you that for like $50? Of course they're in the game to make money. So yeah, it's going to be sky high. What do you think? And hospitals themselves, when you have either the insurance companies, and I got this from that guy, I think named John Stossel, when you have either the insurance company or the government guaranteed paying in anything, well, you have no incentive to lower it. And last but not least, listen, I know you all think it's like moral thing, fine, but still that doesn't change the fact that when you make it mandatory that hospitals, private hospitals, treat people just because they showed up to like the ER or something, what do you think they're going to do with the cost? Either the government is going to pay it, you and me, or they're going to put it on the cost of the customers, you and me. So stop doing stuff like that and costs to go down. I mean, literally, we are making the cost go up, but they're complaining that the cost is what it is. Imagine having a tire shop and the government said, whoever shows up, if they need their tire fixed, you got to fix it, even if they don't have money. What are you going to do if you rack up $2,000 in losses from people who just show up? You're going to start making your prices to cover what you think is going to be $2,000 or $3,000 a month in losses, right? All right then. All right, and for the people who think is going back to the force thing, let's say we all voted yes on this. Let's say you said, hey, Mr. Negative, what does it take to get your vote to vote for universal health care? Okay. Mandatory gym memberships with it, which is going to make it sky high, but while we're at it, mandatory gym memberships. You must log in so many hours a month. You also have to use their electronic wellness account things that these gyms have now. And we must be able to track your progress. And you must get, at the very minimum, annually checkups. Your BMI has to be at a certain point. For older people, okay, we'll be a little bit lenient, but it still can't be 30. How many of you are willing to put this into play? If you're saying that this is a bit intrusive, this is a bit overboard, that you're in people's business and all this and that, well, you're a bit intrusive when you reach in people's pockets and make them pay for it. That's intrusive. So I'm arguing that if you can do that, you can do this. That is one way you will convince me to even think about voting yes for single payer health insurance. And by the way, one of the ways we can get healthcare costs down is to not be as fat as we are now. Which, again, we can also control people's diets too, right? Since we have to pay for their healthcare, right? If we go to a single payer and I see you at Cinnabon and your BMI is 80, I'm slapping the Cinnabon out of your head. I know we're in what the fuck territory, but I'm slapping the Cinnabon out of your head. I'm going to try to get all the fast food restaurants closed. You can't be overweight and go to fast food restaurants. I'm ranting now. So that I think I'm done. Anytime I reach my ranting point, I'm pretty much done. So did I miss anything? How to get it down? Let's pause it real quick. I think I got everything, but just a quick recap. Listen, I don't believe in forcing people to pay for other people, and I also don't think that money is magic. I don't think currency is magic. I don't think you can turn 100 grand or some significant amount and turn it into a couple dollars. I think that's just begging to eventually deplete our entire system, and eventually we won't have any healthcare anyway, because we will have depleted every possible avenue to pay for it. But let me know what you think. Be right, not positive. I'm out.